I am a Enneagram. I type as a 5. The 5 is the kind of the investigator, the philosopher, the person whose default safety mechanism is, number one, learn everything I can, withdraw so that nobody messes with me, and live as much as possible in a world of my mental constructs instead of in the real world. So 5s do things like, I don't mind if I just live in a closet so long as I can read. And I tend to want to withdraw from relationships so that we can figure out how to have relationships. Okay, so that is a trap. And so what freedom would be, freedom is knowing that I do that. And when a moment comes up where I feel like, well, I need to not make a decision, even though everyone around me is saying, hey, we need a decision for this, because I don't know enough. Right? So as a 5, I might default to avoiding making important decisions because I have an inner feeling of vulnerability that I attribute to not knowing enough. Well, freedom would be to know that I tend to do that. And then to say, draw on the characteristic of the 8, which is the sort of more hard driving, decisive, willful personality type. So in that moment, I need to be able to say, oh, I'm falling into like a real 5 pattern here where everybody needs a decision from me. I'm not making it. So I need to be able to say to myself, okay, this is time to be decisive, kind of in the way in Enneagram speak that an 8 would. And so freedom in this scheme, the freedom is being able to know what your default pattern is and to know when it's not going to work. And then to be able to be aware enough that you are able to say, well, what do I need to do here? And to draw from a wider palette of patterns for response so that I can, instead of just withdrawing from important decisions, if I feel like I don't know enough, I can reach out and find in myself a sort of more decisive part.